Hello, hello, and I was going to say good morning, but it's not good morning. Apologies for the lateness of today's Monday messages. It is somewhat later than usual, 2:00. Actually, it's a bit past 2, so sorry about that. But I was on a course this morning, so couldn't do my usual time. So actually, and the course that I'm taking part in at the moment has already led to some aha moments. But actually, before I even started, I watched Dr. Sarah Madigan, who's running the course, being interviewed by her mentor, another coach called Rich Livin. And it was a really interesting, inspiring conversation. And the main question was, Rich asked Sarah, what are you known for? And he was talking about now, so what you currently known for. And he was also talking about, obviously, professionally in her business. And two things happened for me. One was I was really impressed with Sarah's answer, which was really clear and precise, and also full of conviction and truth. And that really struck me. And I wanted to ask myself the same question because I thought it was a really useful question to ask. And for me, it fits in with the fact that for some time I have been not terribly clear about how I wanted to take my professional life, my practice further at this time of my life. And so I found asking myself this question very fruitful. And it also struck me that we could all do with doing that as part of any process of change. So whenever we're going through some kind of transition state, whether that's in our professional lives or our personal lives, to actually have clarity over, well, where am I now? Is a really useful starting point, because if we've got no idea of where we are now or how we are being perceived, or whether what we think we're offering is actually landing well, then it's very difficult to make meaningful changes. And that can apply also to our personal relationships and any part of our personal life. So it's a good kind of taking stock question, if you like. So, and when I started exploring that for myself, I was reminded of how we can actually carry all sorts of perceptions about what we're actually communicating, what we're offering to other people. And that isn't necessarily what is actually being received by our audience, whoever that might be, whether that's one person or lots of people. So what I wanted to do was actually ask you for your help in this period in my life where I'm assessing, well, what do I do next? How do I do it? And I wanted to ask you what your perception is of what I offer right now. What am I known for? What keeps you watching my videos or looking at my posts or reading my newsletters even? What is it that you are hearing in me or feeling in me or seeing in me that interests you or that stimulates you? Or perhaps what values do you think I represent that may be in line with your own values, or that maybe that you aspire to? What do you think I am communicating on a regular basis that you are sufficiently interested in enough to keep coming back for? Because it's important to me that I get that right and that I am actually being successful in whatever it is that I think that I'm offering. I can't do that without knowing really clearly what's landing with you. So I would be really, really grateful if you could just have a think about that and pop your thoughts into the comments below, or if you prefer, please do it privately to me. Send me a DM or a PM, depending on which platform you're on. Or you can email me, and the email address is in the post with this video. I would really appreciate some feedback on this, and I'm going to send a poll out for my newsletter readers as well, because I need to work out where I am before I can affect any meaningful change. And I would also invite you to perhaps think about that same question for yourselves, because not only is it a good way of really getting a clear vision of where you are now in anything, personally or professionally, or in relationships or whatever it is, or even parenting. But it's also a good way of getting clarity over what we might need to focus on moving forward. You know, it may be that there are things that we think we're really good at, but we're not actually that good. Or it may be the opposite. It may be the things that we think we're quite weak on, we're actually really strong on. Because communication is very much about what is understood by the people that we're talking to. It's not so much what we say. So in the spirit of really good two-way communication, I'm inviting you to ask yourself that question, but also to respond to my call for the communication back. I hope that's okay. And obviously, if it isn't, then just don't do it. But I would be really grateful because I would like to have clarity over where I am right now before I implement any changes. I think that's it. Yeah, I think so. And always, of course, asking ourselves to be conscious of how much we have created. And that's a good taking stock tip as well, is to actually stop and think, well, where am I? What have I created, to get me where I am today? And do I want to continue doing that? Is it serving me, or isn't it serving me? Is it working for me in my relationships, in my personal life, in my parenting, in my business? Or is it actually hindering me in some way? And that way we get proper focus on where to implement changes in a meaningful way. That's it. I hope you have a beautiful afternoon and fabulous week. And I look forward to hearing your feedback immensely. And I'm really, really grateful for it. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.